Good morning, everybody. It is Coach Pam here on behalf of Leslie, Nicole, Christine, and Melissa. We just want to say thank you so much for spending phase one with us. It's been phenomenal. And even though, there's so much activity in the group and we're not all getting on each of your posts every time, we're seeing everything and so inspired by you and inspired when you interact with each other as well. So thank you for doing that because it helps your fellow challengers when someone who's not just a coach is recognizing their efforts, answering their questions, doing all that stuff, and you're doing a great job. So I have so many shout outs to give from phase one. It would be just much faster for me to do it over video. Plus, I've got quite a few notes that I wanted to share with you from Autumn's video on phase two that's in the coach test group. That's also just going to be easier for me to do during this video. So please make sure you watch from beginning to end. And I'm sorry that I look super tired. I set my alarm so I could do it this morning so that if anybody logged in after I went to bed last night, I didn't miss you for this shout out because this has been such a huge endeavor. So here we go. I'm actually just going to read off of the screen so that I make sure I name everybody. Nicole Bishop. And if I pronounce your name incorrectly, I'm so sorry. Nicole, Donna, Christine, Leslie, Joyce, Miguelina. You guys have done all your workouts and all your shakes, so that's awesome. Casey has done all of her workouts and a ton of shakes. Jessica Erickson, me, Emily Murray, Sophina, Stephanie Wozniak, Erica Gordon, Christiana Morris. You guys have done all of your workouts and all of your shakes. All right, keep it moving here. Stephanie Fitzpatrick, Melissa Gray are going to finish up and catch up their workouts today. Stephanie is so close to having done all of her shakes. Kelly Craven has done 24 shakes and 24 workouts. And then Heather Davies, Melissa Robles, Lauren, Melissa Bunkin. There's like so many Melissas. Amy Haley, Melissa Bordieri, April Page, and Aggie Doolin are really getting into it now. Melissa Robles has been into it all the time. She's had one or two that weren't logging, so I want to say she's done them all because this has been a technical error of her in our group that is like a coach thing that we know. So pretend I didn't mention her. She's done them all. Those that I just mentioned are really finally hitting their groove. Jennifer Mans, Carrie Dotter, April Sutphin, Carrie Loren, Dana Hess, Jennifer Kaplanka, Anna Siegel. You guys have each logged a handful of workouts, a handful of shakes, and we know that you're doing them. I know for a fact, just even one of those names on the list is one of my challengers who has reached out to me personally, or we've spoken personally, and said she's doing everything. She just isn't good about the app. So she may or may not even see this. And I know that that's the case for some of you. All right, so let me give you some information. First off, you guys are rocking this. It's not easy, and I hope that you've kind of felt the way I have felt, where this week, to somebody who's not doing this program, I said this to a friend at school. I said, I finally feel like I'm not hungry in between those meals, or like finally. It's like, no, that's a good thing. It's, on day like 22, I felt like it started to stabilize. That's so normal because our bodies have been accustomed to the workouts. That's also the reason why the calorie deficit is less. So let me just explain a couple of things. First off, one that I wouldn't have even thought of because I don't have a smartwatch, but Autumn wants to caution us from going with the calorie burn in a smartwatch or, our monitor or whatever. She said that with these workouts, a lot of people are posting to her and saying, hey, it says I only burned 400 calories during this workout, so I'm going to go do a 20-mile run because I want to burn more calories. What she says is that there's so much post burn, especially on the strength days. So a lot of the calories we burn, not a majority, but a good number of the calories that we burn happen after the workout has been ended, happen as the day goes on. So we cannot just look at that and think about that as the calorie burn for these workouts. They are high enough that eating in your maintenance bracket is still going to get you results because there's so much post burn happening. And I thought that was really interesting. Now, why should we recalculate our bracket now? It's really important, if you haven't done so, that you do so today based on your weight this morning, that you recalculate and see which bracket you should be in. We have developed so much lean muscle, which burns a little bit more fat than fat will burn. And so our weight is going to be a little bit different. It might place us in a different bracket. If it does place you in a different bracket, then here's what you want to consider. You want to consider if you should stay where you were or if you should move up or down. So if you have, let me make sure I'm reading what she has said. Should we be in the weight loss or the maintenance category? If you still have 10 or so pounds to lose, you should remain in the weight loss category or consider moving yourself into weight loss if you've been in maintenance and have not seen too much of a budge. But if you are in the weight loss category or have been in the maintenance category and you should be in the maintenance category for this phase, it should be because you've either been really tired, really hungry, really moody, or if you have, what was the other thing she said? Or if you have less than 5 or 10 pounds to lose now. And she said the reason it's a range of 5 or 10, it really depends on your body. So if you lost initially weight like this and now you've stalled out, you might want to go down to the weight loss bracket. But if you've lost weight gradually over the course of this program and still only have 5 or 10 pounds to lose, being in maintenance is still going to give you those results. There is less of a calorie deficit, 200 calories less based on the brackets this time around. So also make sure that that is still keeping you in the bracket that you think you're in because the number is a little bit off. Another thing with this is that sleep is really effective when it comes to our progress. So if you have found that you have stalled on your progress, like this week, I just did my measurements and my weights before I did this. My weight has gone up a pound from yesterday because it's that time of the month starting today. So look at that, like, right? So that happens. That's one thing. And number two, my measurements were exactly the same as last week, but I feel completely different. And she said that one of the things that we have to pay attention to with our measurements is that we measure our measurements before we do our workout, first thing in the morning, which I'd imagine most of us do. Like you wake up, you pee, and you do it. But she said if you do it after a workout, your blood volume increases in those areas and actually causes a little bit of swelling or inflammation that we might not even be able to see to the naked eye. But the measuring tape would definitely catch that. And you don't want to be, whatever. So if your measurements have been strange, try to make sure you're doing it at the exact same time. It should be when you wake up, right after you pee, and before you've done your workout and before you've eaten anything. So that's really helpful. I mean, now back to sleep, which I kind of jumped around, that sleep is really important to your maintenance. This is what my original point was, and sleep is getting to me now. My measurements, as I said, have been exactly the same this week, and I have been getting half the sleep I was getting in the first 2-3 weeks of the program. I was really intentional, making sure I was getting to bed earlier. This week, not so much. I just let life get in the way and had plenty of excuses as to why I needed to stay awake. And it's definitely stalled my progress. I feel great. I know I'm getting stronger. I'm lifting heavier weights, but the numbers of the scale, besides getting my period, and the numbers of measurements have not gone down. And it's because of the fact that I'm not sleeping. I'm not giving my body enough chance to recover. So consider that. Now also the supplemental yellow list for refeed days. All right, so she kind of got into that a little bit in this video, but not too much. I know that's a question you've all been having. Number one, it's important, but it's not a cheat day. You are providing extra sugars for your body, purposeful sugars, so that the next day on leg day, which is going to be our heaviest burn, you've replenished enough of these food stores and your body can burn even more. So you need to make sure you're focusing on the supplemental yellow list. Now the supplemental yellow lists are going to be changing. She said that the version that's posted right now is not as complete as she wanted it to be. And it is devoid of a lot of fixate recipes like brownies, chocolate chip cookies, excuse me, this 5:30 thing is getting to me, whoopie pies, etc. So there's a lot to look forward to. We will let you know as soon as one of us notices that it is refreshed. If you notice that that list is refreshed, make sure you get into it. But that won't happen for us until next week. So in week 6 on Wednesday, that'll be our first refeed day. Then in week 8 on Wednesday, that'll be a refeed day because the calendar has changed, if you notice, in phase 2. Let me see if I have it really handy for me. The calendar is going to be in a different order and the rep patterns of everything is going to change as well. So for example, on Monday, and I should have grabbed my binder and had it with me. The phase 2 workouts are loaded. Yay! Okay, so Monday, day 27 is booty day. It is 58 minutes. Tuesday is cardio core, which is 43 minutes. No weights on Tuesday, just resistance bands and sliders. Day 3, total body core, is now a 60-minute workout on Wednesday. Day 30, I should say, the fourth day of the week, is legs. That's 41 minutes. On Friday, we have AAA, which is 57 minutes, and then cardio flow gets longer to 36 minutes because it moves to 6 reps. It's going to be the same workout pattern of exercises, but our reps are going to increase in the next 2 phases. So just to give you that FYI, the workouts are getting long again. Some of the ones that were shorter are a little longer, and that the schedule has changed, but the refeed days do not start until next week on a Wednesday, and then we skip a week of refeed and get into another one the following Wednesday. So pay attention to the calendar, pay attention to us, we'll guide you through. Those were really most of the notes and the important points I wanted to make for you. I am so grateful to be a part of this team of coaches that is leading this. How crazy awesome are they? Leslie, Melissa, Nicole, and Christine couldn't be better. And so I just feel so inspired by them every day, and I hope you do as well. And I hope that you are getting some sleep and that you take care of yourself today, because self-care is just as important as sleep, and sleep is self-care. So they kind of go hand in hand. All right, I'm going to upload this ASAP so you guys can see it, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Let us know below something you're meal prepping today and what your biggest victory has been. Has it been the scale, measurements, the way you feel, you're sleeping more, you're hydrated more, you're stronger? What's been your biggest victory? See ya.